Believe Nation, we are live. Welcome back. Welcome
Where's
aboard.
Drew? Where's
Another
Drew at?
stream. Hold on, let me pin in to the
There we
top
go.
here. I don't see Drew, so
Where's Drew? Drew, where are you at?
I don't see Drew.
Oh my god. I
So
expect him to be here already.
we start without. Let's see what happens.
Oh
If he
man.
gets in before the game starts, he gets in.
Oh
Otherwise,
yes. I did see the replay. Hey, it's not my fault, man. My hands was tied.
what's
I
not your
couldn't
fault?
show up.
Oh, that you double. Oh wait, hold on. Drew's here. Let's bring in Drew so we can all chat about it.
All right, come on in, Drew.
Drew's coming in. Drew's coming in. He made it. Drew
Finally.
made He made. Oh, actually, I need to get out of my queue then if Drew's gonna join us. All right, Drew. You made it just in time. I was queuing up.
So Drew is here. I've got a message, an idea for
Okay, hold on.
you
Drew's
guys.
got to join the game so that I can queue up. Drew, what are we doing?
Drew, hop in the game, man. Let's
I'm
go.
I'm in.
There we go. Okay, Drew, your volume is very low.
I mean, I'm double right
Oh,
now.
now you're double. That's not good.
Problem solved.
Okay, so Zan and I were just about to talk about how he
Talk about you
basically
bad.
decided to live stream while you and I were live streaming. And for me, I don't really care because I go live every day. But the Drew show that was the first time it happened. He knew the timing, all of that, right? We talked about it. He knew it was happening. I mean, uh, Jason's great. I set that whole thing up, but they overran. He did not show up for his friend Drew on the live stream. So um, I don't
And
know
you know
how
what?
I don't know how hurt you were by that, Drew, but we were just about to talk about it.
It's not my fault.
It's all your
I mean,
fault,
I
Drew.
mean, I mean, I knew there was an overlap as of yesterday, so
You knew there was an overlap
because of his interview or whatever.
meaning you knew that he was going to go live with Jason at what?
Yeah, at the same time.
Wow. All right.
But it was
I
it was
mean, to each their own.
Jason on CST time, man. And Jason locked that in, and I've been going back and forth to Jason for a couple of weeks now. And I can't say yes and then say no and then find out Drew is going to be on your show after I already booked that with Jason. Hello. So it's just a timing thing. Besides, you know what, Drew? How many times have I said I'm sorry? Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you.
just might as well add one more on to the list. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I got some that'll make up for it.
yeah,
Check
you
this
might
out.
have to make it up to him. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I can do that. I can do that. But check this out. I got another one that's even better than anything I could do to make it up to Drew.
Okay.
So this idea came from 2025 Xan the Man.
Oh, wow. I like it.
So here we go. Here we go. So in regards to this wonderful guy that Evan just interviewed um, a few days ago, I go by his initials, so I won't give too much away. RG. He just put out a book called Prosper, or reissued it, right?
Why don't you want to give it up? That's fine,
Okay,
Randy.
Randy Garn.
Randy
Okay,
Garn.
I didn't know if I could say that. Okay, good, great. Randy Garn put out a book called Prosper, and he shared with Evan that he's got nothing going on when it comes to YouTube. Here's the 2025 Xan the Man idea
Okay.
between Evan and Drew.
Uh-huh.
So, Evan, why don't, since he has nothing going on, why don't you create a program where you can provide him a service for 5 or 10 grand a month, do a 1 hour weekly coach call with Randy, and then bring Drew in, and because you're busy, so instead of you doing the channel itself, you give Drew the instructions on how to do, to go do the channel, and pay Drew whatever, a grand or 2 grand a month, and that's gonna be his main focus. So you bring him on your
Wait,
team.
so hold on. I'm
Then-
I'm making 5 to 10 and I'm paying Drew 1. This is the plan so far?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
You guys
okay,
can
keep going.
negotiate that. You can negotiate that, but yeah, because listen, it's your client, Drew.
Right.
He
Drew
has
just
that
needs to show up and do the work. Come on now.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, keep
and
going.
that frees up Evan with his time and energy so that he doesn't have to do that. He just do a 1 hour consulting call with Randy every single month, and then
Oh, once a month. I thought it was once a week. Okay,
oh yeah,
now it's
once a week. That's what I mean. That's
no,
what I
no,
mean.
once
So
a month. I like it.
so no, once a week, because you got. I mean, it's got to justify the 5 to 10 grand a month.
Look, listen. It's justified because Drew's working his face off, getting results for the 1K that he's getting paid.
But that's got nothing to do with Randy. That's got nothing to do with Randy. I
Okay.
mean, Drew. I mean, if she start putting the work in and start getting results, and try to get Randy that silver plaque, that YouTube, and then boom, now you can use that and convert that to other guys who's on the high end on his caliber, and just repeat rinse and repeat the process. And by that time you have maybe 5 to 10 main clients, and Drew just doing all the work behind the scenes.
Right.
Drew don't want to be out in front. And I just thought that'd be a great collaboration between the two of you guys. And Drew, if you want to go ahead and say $2,000 and send me a $500 fee consulting for the idea for 2025, I'll take that too. So I just thought that'd be a great.
Oh wait, no, hold on. So no, maybe he just makes
Whoa.
one. He makes one, but he also has to pay you 500.
This coming from the guy who
This is great.
I'm building his website for him.
But that just came. But with the 500.
Listen, I love Zen 2025. He's great.
Because I don't want to talk money and charge. I'm like, this is a brilliant idea. And then because again, these guys, look, no one is going to be better than doing this than Evan. You got a little VIP package set to the side. Randy could join that, get him great results, and then you can use that as leverage for the other guys out there who needs to have a YouTube presence in the whole 9 yards. And I think it'd be great because this is perfect for Drew, because this is what Drew is already doing on the side, but he can't call Randy. Hey Randy, he goes, who are you? But Evan, boom.
Pay me 10. I pay Drew 1, and out of that 1, he's got to give you 500.
Well, Drew might negotiate his fee up to 200, and then give me 5, and he got 1,500.
Drew's gonna go up to 200.
Yeah, he can negotiate his fee up to 2,000.
Oh, 2,000. Wow,
And
you're
give me
doubling his
5.
fee now.
Give me
Okay.
5, and yeah.
To give you
But
5, he's gonna double his rate so that you can cut
so
you
funny?
in for the 5.
I never thought about the 5 until Evan mentioned it.
Until I mention it. No, you said it here.
I know, but it just came to me when you said something else. Like, oh, let me go ahead and negotiate me a fee in there also, since it was 2025. And you know what, Drew? And this is how nice I am.
This is how nice I am. This is great. Keep going.
You only have to start sending me my 5 until like 3 months or 90 days in.
Well, Drew, reactions.
I am speechless.
It's a great idea, Drew. All you gotta do is look. Evan's gonna take everything to do. He's gonna show you how to do like he was showing me before, how to cut how to hijack, how to hack and put. Yeah.
So Zan, how many
This is
phone
great.
calls with Evan do you think I have been on where we've been talking about YouTube strategy?
Okay. And.
Just no, I'm curious. How
I know,
many do you think?
I know, but follow me for a minute. Evan is going to be the one that's in contact with Randy, 1-on-1, getting exactly what he needs, what he wants on 9 yards. Then he's going to communicate that to you to go do it. You're not going to be on a call with Randy. Randy doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't even get to talk to Randy. Oh, great.
Wow.
No, because Randy.
So I literally am a monkey in a
Get-
box with a computer.
Randy doesn't. You don't need his 1-on-1 is with Evan, not with you.
Man.
You're not even in the picture. You're working for Evan as a partner.
You should be. Yeah, you're working for me. You should be grateful for your 500 a month, Drew. Come on now.
I know, right?
I'm just saying. Okay, Drew. Okay, without this, you don't have no connection to Randy.
Okay, but like, first off,
And who else? And also, even
who are-
with Chase, he can bring in Chase.
oh my god.
I mean, so many people he can bring in.
Oh my god, dude,
Keep going.
who do I work with?
I know who you work with, but listen.
Okay,
We
so
look, earlier on the Zoom call with Evan, it was like, hey, how can you get more clients? How can you dominate this market? How can you, it's a very limited space. You can crush it right fast right now. In Evan's book, he talks about partnerships and alliances. There you go. Let Evan be the lead on this. You partner with him, and he secure those secure those contracts with the big names, and then but you do all the work. Not Evan because he's busy. And if you had connected with Randy, you still have to do all the work anyways, and spend time talking to him one on one every single week. And because it's not your idea, and the idea is extremely profitable for you, then you just kick me back $500.
Extremely profitable. I like how the 500 comes out of Drew's cut, not mine. This is great.
But Drew can negotiate that in though, because Drew's a good negotiator.
Oh man.
But actually, instead he's getting 1,500 that he didn't have before.
And
he doesn't even have to give me 500 to 3 months.
90
in.
days.
Yeah, so that's another $1,500 in his pocket.
And is your fee for every client he brings in, or just Randy?
You know what? I'm not even like that. You know what? No matter how many clients you get, my fee stays the same.
So if I go and get Chase for him, you take in 500 again off of that one, or you just
No. It's just
500 for the idea?
It's not per person. It's just a flat fee of 500.
Flat.
Yeah, and so no matter how many you get, so that means now if you think about what Evan just said.
No, it scales.
Yeah, I'm not even scaling. You when you get another client, that 500, you won't even miss that 500.
You're not even gonna miss that 500. That's amazing.
Because I'm not saying 500 per client. I'm like just 500. No matter if you get 5 clients, 10 clients, my fee stays the same.
So on the second client, then is Drew still charging me $2,000 for all the work he's doing?
Drew has to negotiate that. Drew, you know what you have to do, because again, if you get another client at 5 or 10 grand a pop, then Drew's got to get a percentage of that. So now, Drew, you can be up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month with just 2 clients.
Wow.
And that's on the low end.
Wow.
What if Evan charges 10 grand per client?
Wow. Wait, I thought I was charging 10.
See there?
I thought I was charging 10. Wasn't it originally I charged 10 and I
between 5 and 10, you got to give a little flexibility between there, because some clients, they want you can use a scale, you can use a ascending scale.
I mean, what I heard was I charge 10 and I give Drew 1. I think.
Well, it's still that's still not bad, but that's a low ball starting point. But you heard 5 or 10. Look, you should have heard 5 to 10. But it depends on what you negotiate with the other client, and you can negotiate with Drew, or Drew can negotiate his fee in there, and it's a win-win for everybody. For everybody.
That's the big idea, Drew.
So grandiose.
It's a great idea.
All right, so that was fun. So here's the thing: when I partner with people, I want to make millionaires, right? Like I want them to make money. They got to make money.
You hear that, Drew? Because he told you to make $500 to $1 million in this space right here. I saw the IG live.
The challenge with Drew, and I told you this, like of finding a way to work together, was here's the normal structure that I work with is I help people. What's my usual deal? I got to think about it while I'm playing. Maybe Drew remembers. Up until the first 100K in revenue, it's 50-50.
Okay.
And part of that is I'm guiding you every week. We're talking every week. We're building your business. I'm making introductions, all of that stuff, right? Up to the first 100K, it's 50-50. And sometimes we get that super quick, and sometimes that takes a little more time. Just depends on the person. After the 100K, my part just starts to slide down until 25%. So, and then after I'm at 25%, then it's just 25% ongoing.
Okay.
You mean 250K? I thought it was 250K, not 25%. Like it was 50% up to 100K,
yeah,
and then it backs off till 250K, and then it's 25% anything above and beyond that.
So it's a slide. So I stay at at 100K, right? If it's at 100K a year business, this is the deal with Jeremy and Bo and everybody, right? So if it's 100K a year business, I'm getting 50K, you're getting 50K.
Right.
right? Partner's getting 50K, I'm getting 50K. I stay at 50K a year until we get to a 200K business. Because at 200K, then now I'm down to 25%, right? So I'm at 50% up until, right, like dollar for dollar up until we get to 100K. It might be easier to explain if I'm not playing, but
No, that's extremely
dollar
fair.
for dollar until we get to 100K. From 100K to 200K, I'm still just making my 50K. I'm not making anything more. All that extra just goes to my partner. And then after 200K, now my 50K is 25%. And then I stay at 25%. So anything that we start making above starts going me 25% and them 75%.
Dude, that's a great deal, Drew. I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
Well, the difference is Drew's already set up his business. He's already done stuff, right?
Yeah, but Drew needs to scale, and he needs to have a bigger team, and he can't do that being a one-man show. He needs to connect with someone like you. The idea for 2025 Zan and Man is a great idea for you, Drew.
That's the plan. That's how I operate.
You should work that. You should talk to Evan and work that because listen. And here's the beautiful thing about it, Drew. This is why this is so perfect for you right now. It's because he's ready now. He doesn't have anything on the YouTube channel. Nothing.
Yeah, and listen, whether it's Randy or a bunch of other people, right? It's like it's still just timing on everybody. There's a lot of people who need help.
You need to nudge Evan. Evan, go get these guys, set up a VIP program, and you're going to basically run the program. And let Evan do the one-on-one consulting and coaching with them. He brings back to you.
No, I'm not doing that either. I'm not doing the one-on-one Drew's the one talking to the guy. I'm just making the introduction. Drew's the guy. And we talk about ideas and everything else that we need to do. Because I also want, listen, I want my partners to have the connections. I don't want to be the one holding all the connections, right? It's like I want them to win. Jeremy's making connections in the people who would never talk to him.
But Evan, the only thing I'm saying here is that they may not have the same leverage that you would have.
If you're good at the beginning, sure. At the beginning, sure. But it's like, hey, I say I'm not the guy to do this. I don't want to do this. I can sit on a call and I'll guide your team if they want, which I do all the time. But I don't want to do this. People ask me all the time, do you have a done for you service? Nope. Can you recommend somebody to me? Nope, because Jeremy's booked. But
Drew's not booked.
Drew's not booked, but we also we don't have anything going on with Drew.
Drew needs to set that up, man.
Well, maybe, but it's on.
Okay.
Drew,
right.
You
Okay.
let Drew do Drew.
Okay, that's one idea from 20.
But I don't want if I'm working with Drew, if I'm working with you, right? Like Zane, if I'm working with you on something.
Woohoo! Yes.
And your goal is like, I would love to work with whoever. Like, who's someone you would love to work with?
Me?
Yeah.
Evan.
Okay, no. Besides that, like, who would you want to work with?
Work with Brendan.
I don't care about. I really don't care about the rest of those guys. Once I work with Evan, that's good, man.
No. But in the it's like if you really wanted to work with somebody, I would try to make it happen. Like Jeremy, right? Jeremy loves Ray Dalio.
Okay.
So we're trying to book an interview on my channel for Jeremy to interview Ray Dalio on my main channel, which will not hurt the channel, but like it'd be better if I did it, obviously.
Right.
But I want to just create the opportunity for Jeremy to meet his hero, as opposed to like me hoarding the relationship, right? Like I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
If you said I love, like if you said to me, I love the new Captain America guy. He's like, I want to work with that guy. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I would try to find a way to make it happen. And if it does happen, I'm not going to be the one talking to him. I'll just set it up. And then it's like, okay, Zan's your guy. Go talk to him.
Well, I don't have anybody. Only person I have, I'm happy where I'm at right now. And eventually one day, I don't know when, maybe 2025, when I have a partnership with Evan, I'm like, let's do the 50-50 and then the 25. Let's go. That's all. I'm cool with everything. That's all. Maybe, I don't know. That's just how I feel, how I think. I mean, I know a lot of guys out there in the industry. I mean, not know them, but know of them. And nothing really does it for me. Nobody.
All right.
Okay,
So,
number two.
but listen.
Go
So
ahead.
before we get into everything else, Zane's got a new story to share with us.
Okay, so here we go with Mandela. Check this out. Okay. In the meantime, hey, Pink Tequila, welcome to the stream. Victor, what's in the house? What's up, Victor? Welcome to the stream. And Gemini Patchy's in the house. We're gonna get to you guys in 1 second. Just give me a minute. Let me go ahead and do this homework assignment. That come on, Evan, man. I mean, there's nothing more than on Google to find. But here you go.
Are you kidding
Listen,
me? There's what?
listen,
There's
listen,
two
listen.
stories on Nelson Mandela, and that's all there is to find. What are
I
you
think
talking about?
I think I gave you 3 or 4 stories because I gave two at the same time. But that's okay. Check this out. This is what I have.
Look
for
at
you.
this guy complaining.
This is what I have for you, man. This is what I have.
I gave you a hint too. I mean,
I know, but this is what I have. I'll have nothing else. So this better land in the right spot. So
it's
check
better
this
land.
out.
Unbelievable.
Mandela. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 stories back to back. So the one
You might need to save one for tomorrow in case you don't get it.
No. I'd rather not.
I don't need to hear you complaining tomorrow about how
I'm
you
not
got.
complaining. I'm just saying there's nothing else out there, man. I
Right.
don't know when you come up with your stories. These are like the best stories out there on Mandela.
I mean, guys, there's only
I'm like,
4 stories of
what is he
Nelson Mandela that
searching
are
for,
worth.
man? I gotta go to South. I have to go to South Africa and talk to his like his.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Anyways, here we go. Check it out.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, so Mandela, he had lunch with he invited a guy to lunch who actually the guy who actually prosecuted him, the lawyer who in court prosecuted him and convicted him on charges of sabotage and sentenced him to life imprisonment. So he had lunch with that particular guy. And you want to know his name and whole 9 yards or no?
I do, and you're on it, Percy. Percy.
Yeah, Percy, Utah.
Yeah. You got it. He did it. I mean, it was a freebie with a giant layup, but he still got it. He did it. So listen, this guy put Mandela in jail.
Yeah.
And sought the death penalty.
Yeah.
He wanted him to have the death penalty. And once Mandela got out, he invited him over to his home to share a meal, to break bread together. That's a story. Okay, well, that's one of the two.
And let me give you another story real quick because it's similar but different, but it's similar. Mandela, he had security guards with him. Now he became president. Now he had security guards with him. He had an assistant with him. And they went to a restaurant, right? And after a while, the waiter brought, they ordered XYZ. The waiter brought their request, and then this guy noticed that there was someone sitting in the front table waiting for food because they haven't even served this guy yet, waiting for food. And then he told one of the soldiers, "Go and ask that person to come join us." And bring his food over here and eat with us.
Wow.
So the soldier went over there. And check this out. The soldier went over there. Hey, let's come on. I need you to come over here and sit at this table with Mandela, the whole 9 yards. And so while the guy was sitting there eating, he was trembling. His hands were shaking the whole time, as he was eating and finishing his food. And then the soldier said to me, this man was apparently sick. He was quite sick. His hands were trembling as he ate. And then Mandela said, no. This man was the guard of the prison where I was jailed. Often after he was tortured and subject to, whatever. He says, this is Mandela speaking. He said, I used to scream and ask for a little water. He says, the very same man used to come every time and urinate on my head instead.
Wow.
And then he said, so the guy, he found him, he was scared, trembling, because again, Mandela's the president now. So the guy thought that at least now that Mandela's president, that he can torture him. Now that he's president of South Africa. But Mandela said, this is not my character, nor part of my ethics. He says, the mentality of retaliation destroys states, while the mentality of tolerance builds nations.
Destroys what? Destroys states?
States. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but, because there's different states, like the United States.
Yeah. I just didn't quite hear it.
He says, but the tolerance, it builds nations. So, Mandela he's one of those kinds of guys that walk this talk, man, because.
That's epic.
Yeah. So I'm like, one of these stories got to hit them, man. Come on, dude. But okay, we good. We
That's
good now?
that's one of them. Yeah, I didn't know the other one. That's great. That's one of them. Okay. So what about the other one? There's still one more great one.
Man, I gave you so many great ones, Evan.
Do you need another clue? I mean,
The one about his wife, Willie Mandela?
no. I would have told you if you got one.
Because, I know he had the reason why they got divorced because she still wanted him to be rah-rah, be on that street stuff. He's like, no. I'm not about violence. I'm about forgiveness, whole 9 yards. And she divorced him. Or, yeah, they got divorced. Because he wasn't the same guy that she knew beforehand.
Okay, so I'll give you a clue.
Another clue.
Yeah, I mean,
That word rhymes with Drew.
Clue and Drew rhyme. How's our game going? We are not doing so well. Drew is 1 and 2. Okay, not the end of the world.
Drew, what's going on, man? I think Drew.
We're losing. We're losing pretty badly this game, but Drew's not doing too bad. Okay, the clue is it has to do with sports.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, what do you got?
That's super easy.
Well,
okay.
Tell us then. Super easy.
In South Africa, the rugby team was extremely famous, but it was a strictly all-white South African team, no blacks allowed, the whole 9 yards. Crazy times back in those days. When Mandela got out of prison, he championed the rugby team and encouraged many black South Africans to join in. So he actually kind of integrated and made that their national team representing South Africa, and actually brought people together. Because Mandela was actually going against tradition. He was going against the norm by representing and cheering on, and we used to go to the games, to the rugby games. And again, it was almost like blacks over here, whites over here. But Mandela, by him being involved and championing a rugby team, it encouraged other blacks to come in, and actually it brought everybody closer together.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it started with him wearing the jersey.
Yeah, and he used to go to the games too with the jersey on.
He went to the game with the jersey on, and the majority is black in South Africa, right? It's the Afrikaans.
Right. It's only 10%, less than 10% white.
So they hated the team. It was the symbol of their
apartheid.
Apartheid, racism, all of it. They hated their team. And it was this big, like, how are you supporting these guys? It represents everything that we have been fighting against. And for him was, no, it's time to start building bridges.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I love this. So the one is like, that's a public stance. Why I picked those two is that one's very public and making a show. And the other one, Percy, wasn't to make a case or to make a news story or something. It was just who he was. To say, hey, this guy wanted to kill me. Let's have him over for lunch.
and even a second story. I mean, people don't read more into the story, but can you imagine some of the death threats that he's probably getting from his own people that look like him? And I mean, because again, he's going in all the rumors and like, you sold out, you soft, you this, you that, and he still stood on his principles and what he believed in regards to uniting people, bringing people together, demonstrating and displaying forgiveness and understanding and empathy, the whole 9 yards.
All right. Well, good. We learned a lot about Nelson Mandela. And it all ties back to our kindness and mercy and versus justice conversation from how many episodes ago?
A long time ago.
All right. Well, that's a long delay into getting to our live stream and the chat. We had to hear Zan's genius business idea for Drew.
I still think it's a great idea.
And then we came up with the winning 2 Nelson Mandela stories on the same day. Look at that. It happened.
3 of them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Believe Nation, we're going to get to you and your questions. What do you got for us? Who are we welcoming? Who are we saying hi to?
Only if you come to Movement Makers tomorrow morning.
Oh, snap.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Are you guys ready for us? Jay Nupakumi, Nepo Musino, welcome to the stream. Let's go. Here we go. So we've got, hello, Evan. Nice to see you online as Pink Tequila. Where can I reach you via email?
You got me right here.
There you go.
You got me right here. Don't worry about email. I am right here.
Okay. He said, did they create that game?
Wow, I wish. If we created League of Legends. Listen, honestly, we created League of Legends. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd still be playing and streaming with Zan the Man and Drew.
Yeah. Victor in the house from the Philippines. He says, good morning. What a great way to start the morning. We've seen your video on Facebook, Evan. He says, super excited. And
Oh, I posted to our Movie Makers group for tomorrow. I'm excited. The topic is going to be interesting.
yeah, and I think and it was Victor's topic.
It was.
Yes. So he's super excited. And he says the Pink Tequila is a game called League of Legends. And he said, I don't think they created the game. It's been around for a while.
It has been around for a while.
She said, looks like ML. I don't know what that means, but anyways. Patchy says, hey, Zan, what's up, Evan? Hello, Patchy. You know we love you, girl. And then Gemini, Patchy says, Evan, question. This is for Mel. Question. Evan, do you think you would still have the patience to stay in the game, waiting for the followers and business to come if you didn't have made a lot of money with your previous venture? Okay, well, here you go. What I mean by that is how much of the financial security you got played a role in your success in your coaching career.
Money has never been number one, right? Like even I had money, but what do most people do when they have money and they're starting something? They just start investing the money. For me, I still did everything myself. You know, like I'm gonna show. Was that Patchy who's asking, or was Gemini?
Yeah, Patchy.
Yeah. Oh, Apache is Gemini. So tomorrow I'm gonna share an example. I'm gonna show you where I was at with my 100th video, like 100 videos in, where I was at, how many views, how many subscribers, how many comments, all of it. And I was still at that point. I don't know. I might have had somebody helping me part time as editing, but I always approached it as I wanted to make money doing it. I wanted to turn into a business. I didn't want to lose money doing it. Having financial stability, sure, made it easier in terms of just scheduling. But I also didn't take YouTube very seriously. My first video was April 2009. My 100th video was November 2011. So it took me 2.5 years to make 100 videos. Because I was on and off and on and off and on and off, like most of us are. When you just join a platform and create something, you're on and off and on and off and on and off.
And it was originally it was an experiment, right?
Yeah, I mean everything I do. This stream is an experiment, right? Like everything is an experiment, and some last much longer than others. So I think having something, if I couldn't do it, right? If I had to have a job or something. Great. You still have time to make videos, right? I mean, if it's important to you, if it's your dream, you go and you do it.
Can I inject Patchy, page 142? You see right there? My YouTube experience. He started his first YouTube channel on April the 14th, 2020. Oh, no.
2009.
Yeah, 2009. But 2020 is like April 14th is the original date.
April 14, 2009. That was the first video.
Yeah. So it's on page 142. We talk about his YouTube experiment. Just thought I'd say that. Okay, so what we got? Oh, so ML means Mobile Legend. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so Jay Nepomucino says, forget about complaint, Evan. Love ya. I'm one of your fans. You want to know Mandela's personality? Get engaged with me. I am one of the 2% in the world. INFJ-T people.
Well, I wanted Zan to be more into Nelson Mandela. I love a lot of it. I love a lot of the story. There was a special homework assignment for Zan the Man after our previous conversation.
Yeah, it's connected to everything. And Pink Tequila says we cannot send any formal cooperation here, Evan. I think she means
But
communication.
yeah, but don't like formal communications are the worst way to do something. You build a
Talk to him.
relationship.
He's right here, Pink. Talk to him. He's right here. Anyways, while he is in the house, he says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Wahi?"
Welcome,
And
welcome.
we're caught up on
How was the Jason one-on-one? I saw you go live like 2 minutes before I went live, so I joined in super quick just to say hi, and then
Oh, Jason's off the chain, man. We had a great time,
Right?
man. Jason, and we got to the point where, I want to be respectful of his time because he had another interview set up. And when I was going to wrap it up, like, hey, man, I got more time. I'm gonna stay longer.
did you do your homework assignment?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I asked you to do something specific with Jason.
Oh yeah, we'll ask him about his acronyms and frameworks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we did share that.
Which one did you share with him?
Well, I just let him share his with us.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's fine too.
Yeah, so I didn't want to inject myself. I wanted to be all about him and get as much as we could from him.
Okay.
But I had him share his lab framework, and it's so funny because he said life after basketball. My research, which I added to it, and he took it from there. Is leadership through athletics and business. So he's like, yeah, I have that one too. And then he gave me another one of W-E, I'll tell you what, let me see. Do you, D-E-W, do you. And then he gave me another one too, spam. So we kind of explored all those, and it was really good, man. We had a great time.
All right. I knew you guys would get along.
Yeah, no, we had a great time, and we mentioned you a few times. We're very thankful that you brought us together, and we just saw how and it's so nice because I when we was talking about this, we got to it's all about the why and how it connects with your book on what you talk about why and purpose and everything. So everything was good. Then I ended up taking because he wanted to stay longer. I ended up taking a couple of questions from the audience. And I didn't want to push it too much longer, so we took those 2 questions, wrapped it up, and we had a great time.
All right. Awesome, man. Good.
It was good. It was good.
He's a good guy. Like just you guys knowing each other is good. I don't know what else ends up happening between you two, but you two knowing each other is good.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That was a good connect, and
He's a good dude.
Yeah. What's that?
He's a good dude. Like he's just a good dude.
Yeah. He's been through a lot too. It's so funny too because in some of these in conversations or interviews, you know more about the person, but I never want to go to a quote unquote dark place unless they want to go there and talk about it. Because there's a lot of pain behind him getting a divorce, that he can't see his 2 kids as often and all that. So I just don't want to go to those dark places, even though I know people can learn from it and connect with it, only if he's going to lead there and he wants to go there.
I don't know that I would make that a standard thing to do. I think one of your superpowers is going to be able to create a safe space for people to be able to share. Like they may share things with you that they haven't shared with other people, and you're not going to judge them for whatever they're going to say. I don't think you push on it, right? Like if he's not going to talk about it, it's like, come on, Jason, come on. What are you afraid of, man? What are you afraid of? Right? Like, of course you're not going to do that. But to just never ask a dark question or something that might have been there. If you believe that their purpose comes from their pain and you don't know what their pain is, then it kind of limits the questions you can ask.
Even when he mentioned about when his father passed away, I mean, that's another, dark place you can go, but you just don't.
No, how old were you? How did it make you feel? What was the first thing that you did afterwards?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could quickly tell. Listen, you'll also be great at shifting the conversation. That if he doesn't, you'll be able to sense quickly if somebody is, because you're afraid of disappointing others too. You'll sense quickly if they're agitated or they don't want to answer the question. and then you just move on. You change the topic to something else. But I don't think you will. I don't think you'll actually offend too many people.
Because I've seen so many interviews and interviewers, and I personally, I don't care who it is, I personally hate it when I see interviewers go in with these gotcha questions. You see the person's irritated, and they just keep on stabbing and twisting. I'm like, what a terrible person. You just trying to poke the bear and get them to act out of character. I mean, I see that with different stuff on TV. I'm like, what a terrible person.
Well, it's fine. Like, so you don't have to be that person, but you can still do other things to help to bring a
Yeah.
good conversation out.
Totally agree. Yeah. So it was great, man. We had a great time. We laughed a lot. We had a great time, man. He and you can tell when a person is having a good time. They just don't. They just talk nonstop. They just go on and on and on and on. I love it, man. I love it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was really good.
Oh, Drew said something.
So that
Oh,
was a little bit rough.
Drew,
I'm gonna let you do a game while I go put dinner in the oven, and then
Hey,
I'll
Drew,
be back for your last.
Drew's gonna eat. All right.
Drew, before you
No.
before you-
I'm just putting it in the oven.
Drew, before you leave, real quick, tell us your impression and what your interview with Evan. How was it? What's your impression? What was your takeaway? What do you think of Evan? I mean, come on, talk to us. We can be honest here. Come on.
How was the interview, Drew?
Well,
And Drew, you gotta be honest. Because Evan wants honesty. Come
The
on.
honest feedback on the interview.
Okay, so I don't think I'm the appropriate person to be asking this. I think
Why?
Evan
Who?
is the appropriate person to be asking this.
Who?
Because, like, the thing is that call is not set up as an interview. That call is set up as what do you need help on?
Okay, fine. What do you need? Okay, talk to us. You still gotta ask questions and then deliver. Don't sidestep it. Come on.
No. It's not an. Yeah, I asked.
Okay.
Actually, I did exactly what you wanted me to do.
Wow.
No. 'Cause
Then it
you
must have been
you
great.
We
No,
talked,
no,
we-
Drew,
we,
Drew,
we,
Drew.
we talked about the
No,
book,
Drew. This is what you missed. This is what
and
you
the
totally missed.
and the book and the book conversation came and went pretty quickly.
Yeah, because but that was just a touch on your accomplishment. I wanted you to go into the system.
Well, but like, what do you?
You never mentioned the system.
What do you mean by that?
Drew, you have a system. You shared it with me.
Yes,
Come
yes,
on.
I have processed.
And you didn't even talking to Evan about it. Come on, Drew. The system, Drew. You have a brilliant system. You didn't even share that with Evan or get his feedback or take on it or you didn't talk about the system. Since you're bringing me into this,
I mean, what system did you want me to bring up?
Drew,
No,
Drew.
I'm being honest.
I was impressed by your system.
What system?
But
This
you
is a
see- but
soap
you know
opera,
what?
guys.
This
This is the entrepreneur soap opera here.
Yeah,
But
I know,
listen,
right?
but Drew, this is still sidestepping the question. Tell me about your impression, what you got from Evan, the takeaways. Give me that. I want to know.
I mean, the takeaway was very similar to a conversation we had, I think 3 weeks ago. Because I had brought up the whole like, okay, do I create videos and go down the personal brand path, or do I just heads down consulting, growing people's YouTube channels?
Mhm.
Right. And we talked about that too, Drew. Remember?
Well, yeah, I know we did, but the conversation was very much in the same light of yes, heads down, focus on YouTube channels.
But you didn't
Now's
talk
the time.
But Drew, you didn't talk about the system.
What are honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So if you would like to enlighten me,
No, I'll let you.
I would,
you know what I
greatly
like to do?
appreciate.
You know what I like to do? I'm gonna go sit down somewhere. I'm already sitting down. Let you go make your dinner.
I'm gonna go sit down somewhere. Just stay there, Zane. Don't sit anywhere else.
Okay, so while you get to the questions in the Zoom chat,
I
feel free to
cannot
type
tell.
out,
Oh, listen, hold
like-
on, pause. Wahi in the chat says, "Now I want to know about the system too, Drew."
Drew got.
But see, this is the thing.
You
You and me both, Wahi.
This is not good. Okay, Drew. Okay, I'm gonna apologize in advance. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about the system. So maybe
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't realize it.
Like, the system is very generic. You have to
The
be more
system,
specific.
I'm sorry, the system was kick butt, dude. I was impressed. I was taking notes. That system is kick butt.
Let's see your notes, Zane. Hold it up.
Okay. Mental notes.
I was gonna say Zane just committed to actually having notes.
From the guy who writes everything down inside a framework. Okay, mental notes. Got it. This is great.
Okay, so I'm gonna go throw dinner in the oven, and then I'll be back to hear what exactly this system is.
But
Zane,
if you go do that, I hope you sit back and remember what the system was. Come back and tell us, because there's no way I can communicate as. I can't begin.
If you can at least divulge what is going through your head that the system is, I can probably fill in the blanks.
That's cool, man. You can't put me. You can't do this. No, it's your system. You can't do this.
Clearly, whatever I communicated so eloquently didn't stick in my own brain.
No, obviously I need to keep my mouth shut. That's what it is. I made a mistake.
Why do Gemini says I sound like I'm always mad at us? What do you mean? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey, Gemini, you know how much I go through with these guys. You know how much I go through.
I'm not mad at anybody. I just
Zane,
I really want to
you
know.
love it here. Come on now. Don't give us any of that.
You should see what Drew has said to me in the past. You can't read, you can't type, all this stuff.
Oh, wow, we're going way back.
I suffer here all the time, but it's okay.
Oh my lord.
This is starting to sound like therapy now, Zane. All right.
They hit me from the left and the right. I'm like, okay, but it makes me stronger. What they say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Okay,
they make me stronger.
I will be back in approximately 5 to 10 minutes.
See you soon, man.
We'll be here. I cannot believe it. All right, here we go. Let's go. All right. All right. So let's see. Okay. So why he says, long time no see. I have been sleeping early lately. How's everyone doing today? We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing great. Welcome aboard.
We're surviving. Okay. So how can so Pink Tequila wants to know how can we build relationships here? Need something for cooperation. Any WhatsApp number?
You join the conversation. You ask questions. You cheer people on. You give them love. You're building a relationship. What would you do inside WhatsApp? The exact same things you can do right here now, live.
And this is better because you're gonna get immediate feedback.
Let's go.
And also, so Patchy says, "I'm not like you, Zan. You're too nice." And as you know, I am one mean woman. I go right for the jugular.
What? Come on now. We love you, Patchy.
She's joking. She's joking.
Oh, okay. But remember, what did you say about Brazilians?
No, but she said she's not Brazilian, so that's another story. Okay, so here we go. So Pink Tequila says, "I love your motivation, Evan. I often listen almost every day, each time I wake up, just like now. You are such a great inspiration." And Don sending messages on behalf of you. I think, by the way, who is Don? Oh, Dondon. Okay, I'll let him explain who Dondon is.
Dondon's on my team. It's not his real name, but it's what he likes to be called. So it's not his birth name, but it's what he likes to be called. So in the early days of my channel, I've responded to everybody, like every comment. Listen, that 100th video that I'm going to show you guys tomorrow had, I want to say, 3 comments on it. And so 3 comments, like nothing. So I could do all of them myself. It was easy, right? When you get 3 comments in a day, it's super easy to respond to all of them. Now, as we've grown and gotten a lot more, popular and bigger, and I have to decide, either I only respond to X number of comments a day, and some people don't get a response, or we respond to everybody, and I have somebody help me. And I've always defaulted to have somebody help you. Just like if you opened up a store, at the beginning you do everything yourself. As Zan builds his coaching business, he's going to do everything himself at the start. And maybe his wife helps him every now and then, but he's doing it all himself. No, Zen's like, no. She's not helping me. I'm doing it all myself.
No, no, I'm doing everything by myself.
All right, so he's doing everything by himself, right? Okay, great. But
She helps me. She helps me in other ways, but this is my thing.
great. But then as he grows, he's gonna have people help him, right? I mean,
I hope so.
the phone rings, he picks it up. But after the phone, after he's getting people calling him all the day, if he just spends his time on the phone all the time, he's gonna not get anything done. So that's the same thing I see as YouTube comments. Like, you spend all this time making videos, and yes, you respond to everybody at the beginning, but then I would rather have somebody respond from my team and still send love than have nobody respond at all. And he saves the comments for me that I need to see. I mostly want to see the negative ones or the improvement ones, like how we can make things better. If it's just, hey, thank you so much for your videos, they're awesome, that's great. I mean, we're spoiled that we get so many of those every day. So I want to see the ones where I can improve. So we brought him on board. I don't know how long ago. It's been a while. He had a different name when we hired him, and that's his formal name. Like, to get paid, he has to be called that name. But then as I talked to him, he told me that, hey, when I was growing up, people used to call me Don Don. Like, oh, what does it mean? Oh, it's just a friendly name because they didn't like my name, so I called him Don. People call me Don Don. And then I said, well, do you want us to call you Don Don? Do you want to use Don Don in your in social media? It's like, oh, I never thought I could do that. Like, that's up to you, man. Like, I want to make you happy. I want to make you comfortable. Zan's name isn't even Zan either. I mean, like, we'll do whatever.
Yeah, Zan the Man. That's a name that was actually, well, it's my name, but it was given to me. Part of it was given to me from from my fans. So I went with it.
Yeah. So anyway, so I found out that he preferred to be called Don Don. That's what the people close to him call him, and his friends and everything. It's like, okay, hey, I mean, I might mess up at the beginning. Like, if Zane all of a sudden now here says, Evan, I want you to call me Hugo. I do my best to call him Hugo. I might slip up every now and then and say Zan.
But everybody does this, especially in the entertainment industry. Tom Cruise is not really Tom Cruise. Before there was Will Smith, it was Fresh Prince. Ice Cube, his name is, everyone they have a stage name. Everyone does that.
Yeah, I mean, my real name is Evan Carmichael, but whatever. I'm happy to call, like, if Zane came up and said, I want you to call me the Pink Elephant, I would do my best to remember that. I mean, it's just respecting what people want, and it doesn't cost me anything to call Zane Pink Elephant. And again, I might mess up every now and then, and I might forget to do it, but I'll try my best to make that happen.
I know, and it's funny because especially if you're famous. Remember what happened with Bruce Jenner, not Caitlyn? It's like what, and people got confused on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's very normal because there's so many people that we know by their Hollywood names. If you go look up their real name, they just changed their names. It's not even their real name. Actors, all of them.
So that's the story of Don Don. And if you leave a comment on this video, not the live comments, but if you leave a comment in the after, like once it goes live, the post, he'll see it. So give him some love. Ooh. Give Don Don some love. He'll love it. He's a really.
Here we go. So they're coming in. So yeah, this is from earlier. Why he says, now I want to know about the system too.
The system.
Okay, but Juice, I think I'm gonna leave it alone because Juice throwing me underneath the bus on this one. I'm gonna leave it alone. I think I spoke too much. I shouldn't say nothing. Okay, so
we just hired somebody. I mean, we just hired 2 new people on the team that I haven't talked to yet, right? I mean, Nina does the hiring, and I join in later on. And one of them I got confused because her name, and maybe it's not her real name or it's a short form, whatever, but her name is Feb. Feb. And when I first read the email, I saw that we're hiring in Feb. Like, why are we waiting until Feb? It's January 20th. Come on, let's go now. I don't want to wait another 10 days. Like, what are we doing here? Like, how is this not the standard? You know me, guys. We don't wait like that. And then he's like, no. Their name is Feb. Like, oh snap. Okay. I gotta do my best to remember that. So
Okay, so who we have next? Okay, so oh no, Gemini. Okay, let me look. I do joke, but let me straighten this out. Okay,
what's happening?
so
What is Zane
Patchy,
doing?
she's saying that Drew sounds like he is always mad at us. Drew is not upset. He said you're not very friendly, Drew. Drew is super duper friendly. Okay, Patchy. I joke with Drew because he jokes with me, but Drew is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. So don't let the tone of his voice throw you, and or maybe it sounds serious. You know, Drew is a great guy. He really is. I'm joking about them giving me a hard time. That's just us guys joking. But Drew's great. So no, no, no.
Sometimes Zane just gets under people's skin, you know, and 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 brings out the worst in people.
Again, I have to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
There it is.
And I love you.
There it is. There it
It
is,
happens.
fam. Come on
It
now.
happens.
How do
It
you hate on
happens.
that? Come on now.
It happens. So no, but Drew's a great guy. Drew's a great guy. He's not mad at us at all. He's great. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't want Drew to get a bad rap. He just you know. So somebody said, let me give Drew a kiss to calm him down. Oh my gosh. Don't feed it to that, guys. Okay, while he says, have a nice night ahead, guys. I'm heading to sleep because it's getting late over here. Hopefully I can stay longer next time. Well, thank you, Wahi. Thanks for being here. And Matthew Pottery says, yo, I'm late, but I made it. Let's go. What's up, fellas? How are you? We're doing great, Matthew. Thank you for being here. And Mark Savant Media's in the house. He said, what's up, everyone? What's up, Evan? We winning?
We are winning. We are winning. We are winning.
Okay.
It's close. We lost the first game. This one we're close. We're winning, but we're not that far ahead yet. So stay tuned.
And Mark Savant Media wants to know, Evan, movie makers tomorrow, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and we got Charmy Fox in the house.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay, he says, LOL, let that Lee INT into the SION.
Let the Lee.
I didn't hear a sound at all. So I guess you're supposed to let somebody in?
Those are two characters I think in the game. Like Sion is the guy I'm up against.
Okay.
Lee is our jungler. I don't let the Lee. What did he say?
INT into the Sion.
Oh, let the Lee int. So like he's basically saying that letting the guy on my team die going into the guy I'm up against. I had no help though, man. Did you see my help? That was not a good call. He tower dove and I had no help.
Now Drew's not gonna tell me anything else because I opened my mouth too much. I didn't realize it. I thought we talked about that.
What? Drew
I thought
DM'd
we
you?
talked about that. Drew's not gonna tell me anything else now.
Drew said he's not going to say anything else?
No, because I talked about the system and maybe he confided that into me and I wasn't supposed to say anything. So he's probably gonna tell me anything else now.
Zan, you can't be known
Yeah,
for
no,
you can't
I
you
thought
don't want the rep to spill secrets.
No, you know what? I've always been the guy. Check this out. My entire life, especially even in high school, people would tell me secrets, tell me all kind of stuff, and I would never, even if they said it was okay to tell the other person, I would never say, if anybody else find out, you have to tell them. And I was always that guy that did not kiss and tell. And I had a good reputation. Zan just keeps everything quiet, and I do. You know, but in this case, when Drew is acting like he doesn't know what I'm talking about, playing dumb, that tells me, ooh, why did you say something? When we talked before your call with him, that he was going to talk to you about that, but he never mentioned anything.
Yeah, but keep talking about it it just doesn't make it better.
I know when he comes back, when he comes back, he's going to put me on the spot again. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave it alone.
All right.
Leave it alone.
All right. One day we'll learn Drew's system. I'm excited. Listen, Drew is Genius.
Drew's a smarty, man.
Drew's a genius.
He's a
So
smart
if he's
guy.
building systems, there's something to it.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. Very smart guy. Yeah, he's a very smart guy. The salon chat. Hey, y'all, I caught you guys. I keep missing you. Were we here?
Sharon in the
Hey, is
house.
that Sharon?
Yeah,
I think
yeah, that's Sharon.
Sharon, what's going on? Talk to us, Sharon. What's going on? And now that you're here, throw us a lot of questions. She said she's looking forward to tomorrow.
Tomorrow's gonna be good. So
Anna,
you're
do you want to give us a sneak peek into the challenge?
into the challenge?
Yeah, the challenge for tomorrow that you're gonna present to us.
No. You gotta wait. No sneak peek on the challenge. No sneak peek on the challenge. The content is gonna be around document versus create, which is Gary Vee's concept from a couple years ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my thoughts on it. I am not in 100% agreement, so you get to see where I'm different and why, and I'm going to give you a plan that I think is going to be better.
Well, what does he mean by document versus create?
The concept. I mean, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow too, but the concept, super quick on it, is that so many people get stuck in creation mode, and they're like, I don't know how to create. I don't know what to make. She's like, well, don't make. Just document. Just show your life. Just have a camera follow you around.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
It's what he did, right? He basically documented his business life instead of me making new videos. But those are not the only two options, right? There's a lot of other options you can use to create content that I think are better for our group. There's other models that are much better for our group, which we'll get into.
Perfect.
And then we'll get to a challenge. And I'm talking about Zen has a picture in the slides tomorrow.
Okay.
Zan's face is going to be in the slides.
Okay.
So
Probably
get ready.
one of those bad pictures I need to update, but okay.
I mean, it's not your usual old picture.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I know I've got to clean up some things on the web. So, because I've got some old pictures on there. I've got some work to do.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. So, but hey, and you don't have to be. You already know this, but you ain't got to take it easy on me, man, because I can handle it. So, I mean, and I don't mind being used as an example so that people can learn, because I'm still learning, and I know. I feel like in this whole thing, when you crawl, you walk, you run, you fly. I feel personally I'm at the crawling stage. So anything I get, I'm like, great, because I want to start walking and running. So I'm all in. It's all good for me. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got Okay, I think the answer is no, Mark, but I'll ask him anyways.
All right. What do we got?
Evan, question. Evan, you're getting active on Clubhouse. Any thoughts on the app?
I've been on a bunch. People invite me on. I think so. Clubhouse, a couple things to think about, and maybe we do a movement makers on here, because I think it could be a good fit for some of the people movement makers. One, you have to like audio. It's the hardest for me. I hate audio, but the exposure right now is really good, given a couple of criteria. So I have an advantage going in that other people don't have, in that when people see me in Clubhouse, have you seen Clubhouse? You know how it works, Ann?
You know what? I signed up, but I can't get in because you need someone to invite you. So I signed up, but I haven't. I know people. I haven't gotten in because I need an invite.
Got it. Okay, so the idea is, there's a whole bunch of, imagine it's your own little radio station. It's talk radio. You're launching your own talk radio station. And there's a lot of people who are thought leaders on there sharing their knowledge. When you launch a radio station, then it's not just about you talking, though. Like, this is where some people make mistakes. It has to be collaborative. So you're more a host than you are the expert. You're the facilitator. And then people join and they listen in. And then people can also become promoted to be moderators or speakers. So they can also talk. and then it becomes a free for all. Like what was happening with you and Drew, like interrupting each other, and like now imagine that, but with 40 people who are speaking all at the same time, right? And it doesn't get that bad, but I've been in some rooms where it's like they're fighting over each other to just say anything.
Wow.
So you have to really, the moderator or the whoever created the group has to be kind of on top of who gets in and how many speakers are on at a time. But it's much more facilitation. There's a lot of thought leadership kind of content on there, which is good. So there might be a room on habits or productivity or how to win on social media or whatever. I have an advantage that is unfair because I get people invited me, and people they follow me, so they follow me just because they know me in other places. They don't follow me because I'm so big on Clubhouse. But then I get brought into rooms because they recognize my face. So partly of having a recognizable face is like have the same social media picture. If I created a new picture just for Clubhouse, people wouldn't recognize me as much. So I get brought into rooms because they watch my videos like, oh my God, Evan Carmichael's here. Let's have him come on stage. So in that sense, it's really good for me, but that's not something that people can just leverage, right? Because you may not be a name. So then how do you win? So if you're not a name, then you have to be one, again, love audio, and you have to be aggressive. So you could choose just to be a passive listener, but there's no chat functionality. Like the only way you can do anything is to raise your hand and ask questions. And so you have to be on it a lot. You have to be aggressive in trying to ask questions. And if you do get to be a speaker in any of the rooms, you have to voice up. Like you can't just be I would suck at this. Like it just doesn't fit, apart from the fact like it can win for me because people recognize me and bring me in, period, right? That's why it's an unfair advantage for me. But if I was just getting started, if I'm looking at movement makers, if you're willing to be aggressive and you're willing to get out there and like put up your hand in every room, and if you get asked to be a speaker, you're going to almost not let other people finish, right? Like you're waiting to jump to get your point out.
Wow.
It's aggressive. It's aggressive. It's basically a bunch of people trying to get their voices heard all at the same time.
Are they promoting their channels or their websites or their products?
Usually not, although sometimes it does happen. It's more you build. It's not so salesy yet. Some people do, but for the most part, it's you want to be heard so that people follow you. And when they follow you, they check out your bio. And in your bio, you can link up whatever you want to link up, right? In your bio, you say all this great stuff about you, and you hope that leads to biz dev.
Okay, and they're saying that it can be distracting, though. Don't have time to be on there all day. Not sure how it will work for me going forward. That's from Sharon.
Yeah. No, it's super distracting.
Oh, she's been in some rooms with you. She says, I've been in some rooms with Evan. He was dropping knowledge on YouTube concepts the other week.
Okay, well, awesome. So if you kind of reverse engineer or try to replay that, what happened, somebody invited me. I don't remember what room you saw me in, but somebody invited me into that room, and then they asked me to talk. Right? It's like, oh, we got Evan Carmichael here. Hey, Evan, can you share your thoughts on XYZ? Right? It was never about me trying to force my way in there, and you got to hear what I have to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if it's a personality thing, right? I think it can definitely work for some people, but you have to love audio, and you have to be willing to be aggressive to get your voice heard. Otherwise, it's not going to be it could be a great platform for learning, but here's the thing: like if it's learning for me, listen, I've been in rooms with Grant Cardone, I've been in rooms with Jim Quick, I've been in rooms with a lot of the people that I make videos on. If I'm going to learn from Grant, first off, I'll just email Grant, right? Okay. But second off, I'd rather watch his video than listen to a talk show because I'm a visual learner. So from a consumption place, what's that?
Breakfast with Champions.
Breakfast with Champion?
Yeah, that was the one you was on.
Oh, was that the one I was on?
Yeah.
After Grant? Yeah. So I think Elena was on first, and then it was Grant, and then it was me. But it wasn't scheduled. That just happened to be on, and Grant was on. Like, okay, hey, I'll listen in. and then they recognized me and they pulled me in. Um,
And and she said she did her first clubhouse event last Sunday. So and then so she's gonna invite me in. Great. Okay, so I gotta send her my number. Okay, great. So I just DM and sent you my cell phone number, salon chat. Okay. And Mark Savant Media, he says the access to experts is pretty ridiculous. He said I got into a conversation with Roberta Blake and Brian Elliott last night. It's really cool. So some people love it.
yeah, people are accessible, but so again, like you have to force your way into the conversation, which if that's you, awesome. Like there's maybe no better place right now. If you're willing to be aggressive and get in there, it might be the best place. Uh,
Okay.
the knowledge, like a lot of the stuff that's being said, you can find in other places. So that becomes a platform thing, right? Like if you'd rather hear it on audio, then you can get it from
Oh,
Clubhouse. But Roberto Blake makes a ton of videos, and I can almost guarantee you whatever he told you on the live, he's said in videos as well,
video.
right? So that becomes a learning style. If you're going to learn, it's totally learning style. If you're
Okay.
going for connections, it could be great if you're willing to be aggressive.
So Mark Savant, he says that you gotta be respectful but aggressive. He said he's been networking like crazy, driving tons of attention to his broadcast. Uh oh, what happened? What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
Oh, it's like the stream is reconnecting.
Oh, it works. It works for me. What screen is
Oh,
reconnecting?
well let me refresh mine then. Okay, so maybe it's just on my end. Okay, because I lost my screen. Okay, so yeah, he said it works great for him because it's just it's driving him a lot of business to his podcast, a lot of attention to his podcast.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll see where it goes too. Like right now, everybody they DM on Instagram. Like you can't message people inside of Clubhouse. There's no chat for the people to follow along inside Clubhouse. Like
okay,
if you're just an audience person, especially if it's a big show, you have a really small chance of being picked. So you're basically
question.
just a consumer.
So do you think it's blown up because it's not video and most people don't want to really get on video and it for just be on it's easier for them to be on audio than on video.
I think the invitation helped. I think some influence, like it's blowing up in circles, right? It's blowing up in kind of the expert online marketing world. So they invite their friends in, and more people end up joining, right? It's not blowing up with 14-year-old girls, right?
That's TikTok.
And you have to have an iPhone or iPad right now. But some people, here's what they do: like they go buy an iPad and leave it on all day long, jumping into no, but like it could be the best biz dev that you got. Like you load it up all day long, and then you're just you're waiting to ask a question while you're doing work on the side, doing something else.
Okay, okay, all right,
Like people are
okay.
doing
Well,
it.
there you guys go. That's a comprehensive, thorough answer about Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Great.
So
And I
I'll
learned some more. I learned some more about Clubhouse. I knew a little bit about it, but because I wasn't on it, I didn't know. I just thought, well, I
you,
gotta wait
you
till they
can you
invite
can
me.
plan room, like people want me to hey, can you join us at this time, and it's just no. um but I would treat it like a podcast. I would treat it like a
Okay.
podcast. I think it depends on where you're at, right? Like if you're promoting something and you're a big name, you can use it. Otherwise, you got to be aggressive and get in front of people. And tomorrow is Thursday, right? So tomorrow's on public facing day. If I
Yeah.
have extra time, I'll probably be on Clubhouse just seeing what's going on
Okay.
because I might get pulled in the rooms, or if somebody cancels on me.
It could be any subject about anything controversial. It could be games, politics, business. It could be anything. You just choose what room you want to be in.
Yeah, like once you join, what's going to happen is it'll. I haven't seen a whole bunch of non-business rooms because once you join, you add your friends in, or you see who follows you, and you follow some of them back, and then you get into the rooms where more of your friends are.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
if I was following a bunch of people who were talking about, I don't know, the election or something, I'm sure I'd see a lot more political content and be in more political rooms. But
Right.
I'm not, because the people that I follow aren't in those rooms. So I get the digital marketing, online marketing, thought leadership kind of stuff. And there's usually at least one room that's kind of open with that in there.
Okay.
I'm back.
Drew's back.
Drew's back. Okay.
Drew's back.
So,
Just in time. Look at the
Okay,
look at the
so-
game. 6-0-3, carrying these guys. Although
Drew,
Samira did well.
So
Drew,
one,
you-
I've been listening the entire time. So even though you guys were talking about, I totally heard every word you were talking about.
did you hear me apologize?
Well, no. I talk a lot about lots of different systems. So what
Okay,
I'm
before-
trying
before
to
that,
under,
before
what,
you-
what I
hold
was
on,
trying to understand was
Talk to us about
what
Clubhouse.
one are you talking about?
Okay, that's okay. Do you get on Clubhouse?
Yeah. I've got 2 invites if you want me to send you something.
Okay, I'm waiting for Solana to get back with me. But I would
Oh,
love to
hey
get on.
Drew, if we win this next game, I'm in the bronze 1. So let's go.
Oh snap! Let's go.
Let's go. Drew's gonna carry us.
Okay, so Matthew says, "Yo, Evan, bro." So I just want to hear what you got to say to this scenario. So my friend Maddie and her boyfriend are having problems, but they both come to me for their problems. But whatever either of them,
Sounds like they're a mediator.
Oh, we
Yeah,
got a
tell me.
double Drew here.
yeah, he said so whatever either one of them tell me, I tell the other person, is that bad?
Oh bother.
You're doubled up, Drew.
What do you mean I'm doubled up?
Your audio is doubled up.
Here, let me fix it. Fixed. Good.
It's not that it's bad. I think it depends on the role you want to play. Ultimately, what I would love to see is the whole teaching people how to fish instead of fishing yourself. So ultimately, I would want to try to help them. I mean, one, maybe they shouldn't be together, right? I mean, just because they are together doesn't mean they should. But if they should, and it's just a communication problem, teaching them to fish, like ultimately teaching them, for me, be teaching them how to do it themselves.
Mm. Hey, congratulations in the order. I think she must have followed one of your tactics, Evan. So Sharon says she just finished editing her videos, so now she has 8 60-second videos from her first mastermind.
What?
First mentoring session scheduled for next Monday live on IGT Live.
Look
Good
at
job,
this.
Sharon.
She's standing. She's stepping up. She's doing it.
That is wonderful.
I love it. Good job.
And she said she actually went back a few weeks ago to for some encouragement and watched some of Evan's older videos. Wow.
All right, there you go. Do it. That's why they're all there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Charmy Fox. Let's see what you're saying here, Charmy Fox. How does one balance love life and find? Okay. Okay, here we go. How does one balance? Wait, Mel. Question.
Oh, there we
How
go.
does one balance love life, finding someone, and business life when you're supposed to work like 80 hours a week at your business?
Well, it's supposed to work. I mean, that's up to you. How many hours you're going to work? It's an arbitrary number. If you're working 80 hours, 100 hours a week, you're going to have a lot less chance to find somebody. At the same time, though, I think you meet the people based off of what you're interested in. Like, I met Nina salsa dancing. I didn't meet Nina, on a website or something, right? We met through a similar interest. Chances are there'll be somebody who you meet through your work, through what you're doing, that you connect with. Like, through the stuff that you love. So I would have the best shot. If I was single, I'd have the best shot at meeting somebody through entrepreneurship, through League of Legends, or through salsa dancing, which are 3 of my, where I spend time and have the most interest. And finding somebody who's also interested in those things is a lot easier to get off on the right foot and build a relationship with. Like, you're basically already building a relationship without having to go formally on a date or join an app. And I think that works across all relationships, right? Like, look at Zan. Look at everything Zan. Look at what Zan and I have done now. where Zan just started showing up to these live streams because I was here and asked a bunch of questions, and then he's graduated. Now he's co-hosting a stream, launching the book club, being the Built to Serve coach in training, right? Like growing, doing it. We built a relationship because he showed up here, and he didn't even care about League of Legends. He just cared about entrepreneurship. And so I would just keep your eye open in the process of the stuff that you're doing that you love, that you really like. Pay attention to the people around, or some that you have a connection with. It may lead to a physical relationship, but it could also lead to a lot of great personal and business relationships too.
Yeah. So let's see. So if you have another question, Sharon, link it down here. Or maybe I read the question that you wanted me to read from above, but link it down here. And so Gemini, Patchy says, so you don't get customers, you just hang out and talk?
On Clubhouse?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean, Patchy? Yeah, on Clubhouse.
So you want to think of it as building the relationship. There's this a lot of times this undertone of biz dev, of selling, but it's not for the most part overt, right? Otherwise you don't get invited to be on stage. So what most people would do is something like this. If I'm gonna go, if I have YouTube, if I was Drew, right, selling YouTube consulting services, I'll go to Clubhouse. I would try to join all the marketing, small business, entrepreneur. I don't think actually it's just not the right fit for Drew, to be honest, because Drew's customers aren't on Clubhouse. Right. But if it's somebody smaller, like someone like Grant Cardone is somebody that Drew should be working with, right? Because Drew's targeting big people. Grant's not being a passive listener on Clubhouse. Grant wants to be the guest and then bounce. Right? Same thing with me. Like, I'm not listening, really. I want to be that. It's like, bring me on stage. Let's go. I got knowledge to share. I don't want to listen to all these other people because I don't consume content well that way, right? I'd rather listen to Grant on video than I would in Clubhouse. So you're looking a tier down. So whoever like your heroes are, it's a tier down of the people who are active on their host. Like, look who's hosting the rooms. If that's your kind of customer, then it could be a great fit. So if Drew was just getting started in YouTube consulting, that could be a potential fit. Or he goes on, he's looking for the small business or social media kind of rooms. And then in his bio, he says, here's what I do. I do consulting. I've got a package. I've got coaching. I do X, Y, Z. And then all he's doing inside of the room is dropping YouTube knowledge. He's like, oh my God, that's crazy. I can't believe what this guy just said. And you might drop, like people might ask, hey, how can people get in touch with you? I said, check out my bio. I do coaching. I have programs, products. It's all down there. That's usually the process. So you got to think who you want to sell to. If you want to sell to like a tier down thought leaders, entrepreneurs, experts, and then it's a good fit. If you're trying to target tier, like the top tier, they're just not there. They're there creating, but they're not there consuming. So that becomes a problem.
Perfect. Okay, give us some more questions, guys. Questions or comments? Bring them.
Is Zan checking out Clubhouse right now? Is that what he's doing?
I think I might be in.
He might be in.
5 minutes.
Yep. I think he's in.
Zan is in. And Drew gets the credit for bringing you in. If they go to your profile now,
but actually, Sharon did. Sharon brought me in.
Oh, Sharon. So anytime somebody goes to your Clubhouse profile, they'll see that Sharon invited you in.
So I am, but after all the stuff you said, I don't know. I'm not going to be on here because I got things to do. I don't have time to be on here messing around.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a super good fit for you, but listen, I play with it. Why am I in Clubhouse? Like, why did people say, hey, I noticed you're in Clubhouse? I like just knowing where people are going and what they're doing. Even though it's audio, it's easy for me to just shrug it off and say, well, it's audio. I'm not going to be there at all. Like, it's good to know at least what's going on. It's a great like there are shows happening all the time. So if you look at me, for example, right? Tomorrow is my public facing day. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not great for today when I'm supposed to be working on my projects to be on Clubhouse. But tomorrow's my public facing day. It's my interview day. It's my day to go and talk to people. So if somebody cancels last minute,
Oh,
Zan's playing background songs.
I just clicked on something and like, hey, and it was some guy. I just clicked on yes, and now somebody's talking to me. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I just want to get on.
So tomorrow, right? If somebody cancels on me or I have some kind of break for some reason,
Okay.
And it's my public facing day, what else am I going to do that's public facing? I could go live on Instagram, right?
And you can start a room too. Look, it says start a room.
Yeah, I could start a room, and people who follow me would join.
I would join.
Yeah, but it's like I could just DM you and say, Zan, let's go live on Instagram, or I could just go live on Instagram,
Right.
Which
But
would be
what I
much more
gather-
fun.
But what I gather what you're saying, and I'm just speaking for myself now. This is just for me, guys. That I need to focus on YouTube and Instagram. Those are video formats, and the audio format with Clubhouse. It's not going to really do me. It's not really worth it for me right now, unless they go to a video form. I'm sticking with video.
I think they're a
Is it-
long way from going to video. I don't see that happening anytime soon. They have so many features that still have. I mean, it's still buggy too when things lag out, and still a small team. But I think anybody who loves audio, anybody who loves consuming podcasts, like anybody who's in that game, should definitely be at least exploring it.
Okay. Now, it's a big thing. I mean, it came out last year, right? Like in the summer.
I don't know when it came out. I don't know.
Okay.
A bunch of people invited me and we're talking about it. It's like, okay, maybe. And so I've only been on recently, and I played around with it and had it on the background. Yeah, and it could be a great way to consume content too, right? Again, it's like just imagine all of these live shows with lots of guests every time.
Yeah, live stream and future events. Okay. All right, guys, come on. Give me some more questions. I think I don't answer everybody. I got everybody's question in, so don't be waiting till the last minute. Okay, so here we go. The salon chat history. Evan, can you give me an example of 3 posts that are related to the 10 pack of content for the salon chat?
So around which one? Because it breaks it down, right? So the first three posts are your who, I, how. Right? Like in each, the reason why I made the 10 pack of content was to try to make it as easy as possible to actually create. So your who, what is your who, Sharon? Like, what's your most important core value? Make a post on that. Right? Tell me why. Tell me where it comes from. Tell me who your favorite teacher was growing up and why. Tell me what you learned from your parents and why, right? And like how it ties to you starting your business. Right? Then tell me your why. And then tell me your how. And same thing, tell me the story that comes to mind when you talk about these things. Tell me all of that. I don't remember all of them, but then we get to like.
But she said, I'm still kind of confused on what the post should say or even look like. But listen, because and then you got to do the recipe breakdown.
Yeah.
But
okay, so recipe breakdown. Like, how did you get out of the hole that you were in? Right. So you struggled with something. Now you're teaching other people. What were the 3 things that actually helped you get out?
Yeah.
And then tell me, right? That's what you post. The picture could be, it could be you back when you were, struggling with it. I've posted a bunch of pictures back when I was 19 and 20 and, or my first video or the story of my journey, right? I posted a whole bunch of those pictures in the past. It could be more tactical and specific to, hey, step number 1 is do this. Step number 1 is every day you need to meditate. And here's the meditation that I used every day. And here's why it's so great. And here's exactly how to do it. And you guide them through how to do it.
Then you give them the results, how it transformed you.
Yeah, your results, people who've helped results, and then give them hope. Like, here's the thing, Sharon. Just pick any of those 10 as an example. and then just imagine who you used to be and what you would want to see. Because there's so many ways to slice and dice it. People get overwhelmed and then don't create. So think about your style, what you like, the what do you love flowery pictures or do you love knives? You know, do you love personal stories or do you love facts and figures and analytics, right? Like think of who you used to be
Oh,
and
he
then
says,
and
okay, I'm
then
getting
make that
there.
content. So if you're going to
Okay, I'm
say
getting there.
if I'm going to say if I'm going to make a post on my recipe for success, I'm going to make a post on model success, right? That'd be one of my steps. Model success. Bill Gates saved my life, right? Or saved my business. I haven't met him, but his story saved my business, right? Like I talk about it in the book. So I could talk about, I could throw up a picture. My post could be a picture of Bill Gates. And then I could tell the story of how Bill Gates saved my company. I could show a picture of me being 19 and tell the same story. I could show a picture of how I model success, what keywords I type in to find videos, who are my favorite people to learn from, and give tactics. I could make a post saying, here are the 5 things that I've learned the most from 5 super successful people that changed my life, right? Like all of those could be posts.
And yeah, okay. So she says I'm getting there. Okay, for instance, I had to learn the hairstyling business on my own.
Okay, great.
And so yeah, so even after the examples, then you can give after the results, you give examples, and then you give hope that other people can do it also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Patchy just chimed in. She says, "I think too many platforms are overwhelming for me. That's why you pick 1 or 2, and that's it."
Yeah, and this is why I created, Brandlytics. It's a little more advanced, but YouTube should be your home, and then you slice and dice the content to go to all the other platforms. You make long form videos on YouTube, look at the data, and then turn them into content for everywhere else.
You hear that, Patchy? Does that help?
So you can be everywhere without having to be everywhere. Right? You're not making unique content everywhere. Which is partly also what frustrates me with Clubhouse, because that content just disappears. It's literally the worst thing for me of what I hate the most about content is that I want my content to live forever. We're having this live experience right here. This is amazing. This is great. But this video will live forever. And we're going to cut it up into different clips that will also live forever. When I do podcasts and everything that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, it'll be a great conversation and it's going to live forever. The interviews this week, I had Tony Robbins on, I had Marie Forleo on. Those clips were live on Instagram, but we're turning into YouTube videos that will live forever. I am not a fan of creating content where it just dies, right? So that's part of the challenge with Clubhouse is the content doesn't get saved anywhere. You can't record it, and it's just I don't know, super frustrating for me, right? I want my stuff to live forever.
Yeah, Patchy, you need to check out page 228. Here's the worksheet, right? But on page 228, this answers your question. Here, stop trying to be everywhere. So go to page 228 in the book.
Nice, Zen. Look at Zen.
Well,
Stepping up.
Little something. I'm getting there.
I like it, dude. I like it. Good job.
Just trying to serve. Trying
He's
to take care of
doing it.
everybody.
He's doing it.
I told you, guys. I told you, just give me a little time. I'm going to get better. I promise to get better.
It's happening.
Okay. So Salon Chat says, I didn't have the internet. I had to buy resources and figure out without the resources of the internet today. So that is why I am launching the mastermind to provide those resources, mentoring, etc.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So share, right? Like, you know what it feels like to have nobody to talk to have nobody to turn to have no help, to be all on your own. That's what a lot of the people who you're surveying, that's what they're going through right now. That's what's in their mind right now. You can help them. especially if they feel like you can relate to them because you've been through the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon, listen, I've got an IG live tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific. If you want to, we can come on air and we can chop it up and
Ooh.
talk some more about it.
Well, there's an
There you
offer
go.
right there. There's an offer.
So we can talk about it. We got a good 25, 30 minutes, and we can just um, work on your 10 pack and talk about it and make sure you have more clarity. Because I know 10 pack is tough for a lot of people. So that's out there. I don't have anyone specifically scheduled for tonight.
And listen, Sharon, that's value for you, but it's also good value for Zan because this is what he wants to coach people on. So in working through your challenges, he's gonna develop stronger muscles to help other people too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're all figuring this out. We're gonna get it figured out. We have to. This is our business. Okay. Any more questions? Come on, guys. Don't be trying to throw in questions at the last minute and I have to choose. So ask your questions now.
Those are my favorites. Give me the line. If he doesn't pick you, he doesn't like you, right? I got to be able to say that.
You better ask your question. If you wait to the last minute, that's on you. When I was in a DJ business, and I get on my, hey guys, got any requests out there? And I had some already, but I want people to get all their requests in. Dude, when we got like time for the last song, the last two songs, they come all these requests. I said,
yeah, exactly. That's when they come in.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You should have asked that request 30 minutes ago. I would have got your song in. We gotta go. Bye.
Wow. So
I will
cold. Cold.
I will always play 2 or 3 extra songs though.
Yeah. That's good.
I always gave more than what was expected. Always. Let me see. Oh, she says, oh, okay, dang, I gotta get these videos uploaded. What time is it again? It is only 4:28 p.m. on this side, but it is 7:28 p.m. on over there. So you still got an hour and a half before I go live.
Let's go.
Or you can do it afterwards. I know what it feels like to get videos uploaded on time. Oh my gosh, that's the only part of my game I got to get together. So, knocking stuff over. Careful, Zan. Careful.
There's some valuable stuff in there. Come on now.
Look at this, man. I can't be knocking my guys over.
Come on now. But do you have the Spider-Man holding the Captain America shield? Is the question.
Nah. That's you know what? But in the movie he did.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see if we can make that happen just for Evan.
All right.
Oh snap! Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, it fits. There you go. You see?
I didn't know I could do that.
That's
Look at
it.
that.
There you go. It's happening. It is happening.
I did not know I could do that.
Spider-Man.
There you go. These are my buddies, man. They hang out with me all the time.
So see, that's good 10-pack of content material, right? Zan could explain what the shield means to him, and I mean, he made a video on it.
Yeah, but I've already improved upon that. Just didn't make a second video on it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, listen, every video I made, I'm still making. You know, I am always getting better. At least that's the goal.
Yeah.
So that Zan's got the shield on his wall and the shirt. He's got all of it. So why Captain America? What does that mean to you?
I've got that. Yeah, let's go.
So explaining that.
I got a necklace. I got a ring. I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you got to make it not just about you, but
what it means. And how
like the story, right? So like in the lesson of why Zan likes Captain America, I'm going to learn something to help me be better. Maybe the lesson is to find my own hero. Maybe the lesson is to be on the right side of justice. Like there's a lot of different ways that it could go.
Right.
As long as you're conscious of, because this is where a lot of people fall into the trap of, one, there's the oversharers and the undersharers. Like the oversharers is blah, 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 blah on forever, and there's no point to the story. The undersharers feel like nobody wants to hear my story. It doesn't mean anything. Why should I spend, like, nobody, I'm not good enough. I'm not anybody famous, right? So it's the fact that it's in your story is the lesson. That's the job.
Right.
To make it a lesson that I can go and learn from and improve my life, even if I don't care about Captain America. Even if I think comic book heroes are stupid, I could still learn from it.
Yeah.
Like the lesson could be go find your own hero. And maybe
Even
my
like
hero
playing
is
the game.
somebody else.
Like
What?
you said, what you shared with your son, playing the game, right there. You can learn lessons from playing the game.
Yeah, so it's just being conscious. If you're a thought leader, it's being conscious in every piece of content you're making. What's the lesson? Who am I teaching? How am I teaching? What are they going to learn from this? And that then makes your story really powerful.
Okay. So she wants to know.
Who's she?
Question: what does Evan think about YouTube Shorts?
Who is she?
Sharon.
Oh, Sharon. Um, on the fence. Honestly, not impressed. So even less than on the fence. I have a whole channel just for shorts. I'm testing it. We've uploaded, I don't know how many shorts. Lots, hundreds. So we're hundreds in on this experiment and haven't found it to be super worthwhile yet. We're still doing it. My YouTube partner manager is recommending it, so we're doing it. But I wouldn't advise, like, if you're picking, hey, I have only so much time every day to focus on creating content, I wouldn't put shorts in my top 5 of where I would spend my time.
All right, guys. More questions. Let's go.
Like I'd rather see you experiment on Clubhouse than on shorts.
Interesting.
And I'm not sure I would put Clubhouse in my top 5 either, but depending on who you are. Oh, I flashed wrong.
Drew, are we winning?
We are not winning. Oh, actually, it's closer than I thought. Drew's doing it. Drew's doing well. Drew's 6-5. So Drew's 6-5. I'm getting picked on here by two on one, but we're not.
This Yasuo's a little bit like, I don't know. We 3v1 him and he took 2 of us out.
Yasuo is 7-1. It's more the Mundo. He's 7-1. Mundo's the problem.
Well, like I said, Yasuo in a 1v3 ousted 2 of us, so
It's okay. But now Drew's gonna shine. It's time for Drew to shine. Drew's gonna shine. I have a good feeling about it. Here it comes. This is a shining moment.
Hey, Evan, can I tell you something? When I was interviewing Jason, and he was saying how his name is not, his mom gave him a unique spelling for his name because she knew that he was going to, something good about, like, he was going to be special, XYZ.
Okay.
And how he took the Y and made an emphasis on that about, him.
It's all about the why.
As his message.
Yeah.
And so you know who I thought about when he was telling me that story? I was thinking about your son.
Oh yeah.
He's got the same Y.
Hayden?
Yeah.
He could, but I think the thing is most people, like, you would spell Hayden with a Y. Jason, people don't spell Jason with a Y. Right? Like if you would say, "Hey Jason," and you were to write that down, you would write Jason. That's how you spell Jason.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? So he made the emphasis on it cuz like, no, it's Jason with a silent Y. But then it becomes, it's all about the Y. Like you turn the weakness into an advantage, which I love. I think as soon as I heard that, it's like, I love this guy, man. I love this guy. He was great.
Yeah, well, that's what my thoughts were. Okay, so that's what we got. But
so listen, with him, when we went to I forget what city I was in with him. I want to say Cincinnati, but I could be totally wrong. What we did was after every event, so we had a whole bunch of people show up to the event, right?
Right.
After the event, though, I'm gonna die.
Save him, Drew. Save him.
No, I don't think
I died.
Drew's
died
already
first.
gone. All right, I can get out. So after the event, what we would do is take 3 people and do one-on-ones with them the next day. And so with Jason, he was part of the people that the one of the three that got selected, and we did a group one at a local cafe the next day that we got kicked out of.
Wow.
Yeah, because you could only be there for half an hour or something. So we got kicked out of the coffee shop, and then we was like, okay, well, what else is around here? So we then just walked to some burger place or something and just continued the conversation, and it was great. And everybody was great. Like, think about it. So many people, so many other people who were there were upset and angry and like, how are you kicking us out? And this is dumb. I bought a coffee. I can't even stay here. And we're just like, okay, hey, you guys down to continue? It means we're gonna have to walk somewhere, but you guys down? It's like, yeah. Okay, where are we going? Because I'm not from here. You all are. So you tell me where to go. And then we found a solution, right? And it was
That's
cool. It was really fun.
That's cool. Great stories. Wow. Wow. Okay, Salon Chat says, yeah, only gonna play around with the CB, well, with the same content I use on my IGTV stories. Oh no, she says, sorry, I mean I'm gonna play around with the YouTube shorts using my IG stories.
Yeah, play with it. That's a good experiment. That's a good test, you know? It's a good way to think of it. It's definitely not worth creating the custom strategy for.
And Sri Bhawan is in the house. What's going on, Sri?
Welcome,
Sri, where
Sri.
you from? Where you from?
Welcome aboard.
Am I saying your name correctly? Sri? Or is
Sri?
it Shri? I think it's Sri.
All right.
Let me know if I'm correct or not.
All
But
right.
you got to be quick before we end the game.
Yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close. They're about to end on us here.
So tomorrow's gonna be exciting. Drew, let's you and I try to get in the same breakout room, man.
It's random.
I know, but I'm just,
Let's
you know,
try.
I'm just-
All right,
I'm
go
putting
for
the
it.
energy out there so that Drew can kind of make it happen.
All right. Even my own team can make it happen.
But Drew can.
But Drew can. There you go.
Drew's the man.
That could be a thing. Like, anytime you feel like something can't happen, you just say, but Drew can.
That's right.
You know?
I love it. Oh.
I like that.
What's the probabilities?
Well, it depends on how many people are there, right?
Only an engineer knows.
We usually have... I don't know how many rooms we usually have. 6?
There we go.
Oh, Drew got a double kill. Drew's doing it. Carry pants for Drew. Let's go.
Oh wow, she said she's got one YouTube short. This is Sharon again. She has one YouTube short that has 1,100 views.
Yes. Okay. So this is important, right? Like, 1, what does a view mean? And then 2, how does it help you with your business? Right? So you can get some videos to get some views on it, but these are short videos. It's not like you're getting 1,000 views on a video that's you really sharing your methodology that's going to lead to people signing up for your product or service, right? Like, it's the impact that you're going to be able to have. So did people sign up to subscribe to the channel as a result of watching your short? So that's the thing to pay attention
She
to.
said, Drew, look at the big one she's giving to you. She's like, Sharon says, no, y'all need to be in separate breakout rooms so y'all can help others. See that, Drew? You're big time, man.
I like it. Drew's focused on winning this game for us. There we go, Drew. Let's go. Come on now, team.
I think me and Drew should do an IG live.
Really? Well, I think you should. Why not? Drew, the invitation has been laid out for you there.
I mean, I told him I'd be willing to.
All right. Well, there you go. Drew's going to be a podcast
But
guest.
Drew, what we gonna talk about though?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one wanting me on your show.
I just want you on the show because I like you. I like your energy. I like being around you.
So I think we should. This might be something worth. So I got contacted after Evans and and I's conversation
Okay.
about going on to somebody else's IG live, and I'm totally cool for that.
All right.
But I asked specifically, so like, what kind of conversation are you wanting to have? Like, give me some context of what is going to be valuable for you and your audience. And I got the response that I got was whatever you want, and it's like, well, wait a second, you're asking me to come on to your show, and I have to pick the topic.
But see, I think in our case, Drew, we could just talk, and
Oh yeah,
it's
sure
going
we
to be
could.
value there no matter what. Because that's
I
what
don't
me and Dupre, we don't even have a topic in advance. Like the one that we talked about last Monday, it evolved into commitment, and then we just went in there and just knocked it out. But it every time we go on, I like the excitement of not having something set up, so that let the feedback from the audience or the feedback from the other person, and see where they're at. And then what always emerges is, this is what I need to hear today. This is what I need to talk about today. So I don't like to go in with a set agenda, because I
mean,
want
like,
to make
setting
sure
up-
I meet people where they're at. But
But I
with
mean,
you,
like, well,
with you, go ahead.
like I'm thinking of it like, Evan, when you have an IG live with any of the big shots, Tony or whatever, there's an expectation of like what the conversation is going to look like.
Right.
Yeah, they're usually trying to promote something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, when you ask somebody to show up to yours, you position it like, hey, this is what I would like to talk about, right?
You talk about Evan, right?
Yeah. So if Evan is asking,
No, but Evan does it more from a coaching standpoint. Say, okay, how can I help? I don't think Evan knows in advance what the agenda is going to be.
When I'm on people's shows,
no, when you ask for somebody to show up on yours,
okay, yeah. Usually they have an agenda that they want to talk about. I'm okay to talk about anything. It's like they're coming on to talk about, I mean, within a scope, right? I mean, entrepreneurship, personal development. I mean, people know what my channel's all about. Yeah, so we're looking for people who they've got something to promote. They're doing media. Sometimes it's friends. Like Grant reached out to me personally and said, "Hey, can I come on your show to talk about Undercover Billionaire, because I want it to do well. So can you?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm happy to." Oh, I got hit by that arrow. Come on now.
yeah, that arrow.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Is this game?
But when someone comes on your show like Drew or someone from Movement Makers, you don't know their agenda in advance. They just want to come on and you just coach them through whatever they're asking about.
Yeah, if I'm a guest on the show, sorry, if somebody's coming on my show for coaching, I have no idea what we're talking about. I don't even read
but
it.
I mean, like, in the context of like somebody asking you to come onto their show, usually you are prompted with, "This is kind of what I want you to talk about."
I never asked though, or look at it. You know, it's like I actually send people, if I'm going to be a guest on somebody's show, I actually send the video out in advance. That my assistant sends it out in advance to say, listen, here's how Evan likes to roll.
Yeah.
1, don't send him questions in advance. He wants to do it live. 2, we only have 25 minutes together. I'm doing 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. 25 minutes on, right? We have a limited time together. Let's make it count. Don't introduce Evan. Like, do it after or do it before. Don't spend the time introducing me on stream. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what's in the introduction. You want to read my official bio? Go for it. You want to say that you only watch me because you love Zen Man? Awesome, right? Like, I don't care what you say. We're here to have it's like, let's just get into it. I just want to get into it, guys. Let's not spend time on all this stuff. So I used to want to have every question in advance so that I would always be afraid of disappointing people. But now I don't look at it. Even if some people send pages of documents, like, I am not looking at that. I will show up. Or they want to have a pre-call, right? Like, there is no pre-call happening.
It's the meeting before the meeting.
Yeah. There's no pre-call happening to talk about what's going to happen. I'll show up, and whatever you want to ask, let's ask. What's off limits? Nothing's off limits. If I don't want to answer the question, I'll tell you live on the show. I mean, I've never done that, but Just go. Let's go. So, but I like to roll with that kind of stuff. Other people, some of the people that I've interviewed are very, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but a lot of people are very like, I need to know exactly what's going to be said because they've been screwed over in the media before where people are looking for gotcha questions.
Yeah.
Someone like Marie, who I had
Oh,
on.
she was great, amazing.
Yeah, Marie's great. I mean, Marie
And
was
she
on,
was so
was that
open and
yesterday?
honest about she was amazing.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Um,
Her hysterectomy and everything. She was
yeah,
just
I mean,
amazing.
I wrote to say, are we still on? You just had your hysterectomy. She's like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. Like, okay. Um,
Amazing.
I usually ask like, hey, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about B school? Do you want to talk about everything's figure outable? You know, sometimes they say like, I don't, whatever works, wherever you want to go, and then I find an angle that could work. So with Marie, she's open to talk about anything. You know, she just answered whatever I asked. With Randy, I even went to the questions because I know Randy can answer anything. It's like, hey Randy, do you want to just answer some of the questions from my community and jam for a little bit? And I knew he'd be down for that, even though I didn't prep him on it. But other people would be like, hell no. Like I would get in massive trouble with their PR people. Say, you never know what question is going to come up in a live chat. Zan's going to ask some crazy question about that relationship that they used to have in the 80s, right? And then like I get in massive trouble, right?
Oh
So
God.
I think it just depends on the person. But I lean in on just the in the moment.
Show up.
Yeah, show up. Let's go. When I'm interviewing somebody like with Marie or Tony or whoever, I'm just trying to find one thing, like Grant for Undercover Billionaire. I'm just trying to find one thing that I can pull on, that then I know I can have a conversation around, and then just trust that the curiosity takes over.
Mm.
Most of the Marie thing wasn't planned, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to know a little bit in advance of where where the line is at.
So for Marie, I was looking on her profile. It's like, okay, my initial thought going in was going to be one of the things I say to Nina all the time is we'll figure it out. And it drives her nuts sometimes because she's like complaining about something. And I'll say, well, it's okay. We'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Either we or you. We'll figure it out. And that's just like a default line. So with Marie's book, Everything's Figure Outable, I thought, oh, that's an easy story to tell. And then we'll jump into it. But then I was on her Instagram and I saw that she had the hysterectomy and that she's still doing this. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I think my broken neck story connection is a better one to lead with. So that's what I led with. And then we never got to the me saying we'll figure it out. Like I never told that story. We never connected on that because we went down the other path. So apart from the first question, nothing else was planned. And we're just vibing, which I think makes for a better interview if you can do it. Because I get pissed watching so many people interview Elon Musk or whoever, and they don't ask follow-up questions. They just stick to the script and ask the same 8 questions. Yeah, and so I mean, listen, too, Drew. You know, this may not be a big show. They may not know. They may not understand. Like, you might have to guide them to learn how to do it, right?
Yeah, it's more of the like, I don't know. If I were going to be asking somebody to come on to a podcast, I would try and give them context into like what kind of conversation that I would ultimately want to have. I wouldn't necessarily say like it has to stick to that.
Okay,
but
then.
at least just give context.
Well,
to,
but
like,
the thing is, like you would, that's you, which was not going to be great advice for everybody.
Yeah, this is true.
And you would wait too long to make it perfect before you launch a podcast.
Drew, let's go tonight, man.
I have dinner to eat.
There you go.
You better have something to do because I'm going to go with you tonight.
Okay, we got one more question, then we got to go. What do we got, Zan?
Oh, God. Okay, man. Okay, here we go. This time really.
Oh, there's more than one question. Great. So
no,
Zan.
That's really not. Just a couple of comments.
No, I see Charming Fox with the question.
Yeah, but you know.
And
come on.
Oh wow! All right. Well, he's already made up his mind then. That Charming Fox is getting.
Popcorn?
Okay.
It's not even in context.
He's judging. There's a question mark on it.
Okay, sweet. You gonna say what? See, I say okay.
The answer's always salty. Done.
Okay, sweet. Okay, well, if you like caramel.
Yeah, I would go salt. I would go sweet.
Oh,
No.
really?
I would go sweet. Yeah, I mean, I like the Chicago mix where you get them both. But if I had to pick between the caramel side and the other side and the cheesy side, I would go caramel. Yeah, I got a sweet tooth more than salty.
Okay.
Well, that was our last question. There it is. It happened. Thank you
go.
guys for the love. We're back. Are we back on tomorrow? Yes, we're back on tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. I will see you there. Continue to believe. Thank you for the fun, everybody. Much love.
Great job, guys. Great job. Great job.